What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Bourbon of the Week. My name's Chris. I'm going to be your host for today. And the other day I put out a Weller 12 review. I gave it in that high 7 range. Some of you were happy with that, some of you were not. But then I posted on my Instagram and said, should I blind this compared to other 90 proofers or blind this compared to other 12 and 13-year-old bourbons? Now, over 70% of you say do it with age. So that's what we're going to do today. Weller 12 versus Widow Jane 13 versus Knob Creek 12. Let's get to it. So if you didn't see my unboxing the other day, we did the Great Whiskey Challenge Ultimate Blind Tasting Kit. So that's what we're going to use today. There's really no better way to do a blind than with this kit right here. They got these tags right here. So we're just going to add these to our bottles. We've got A on the Widow Jane. We've got B on the Weller 12. And of course, that leaves us with C on our Knob Creek 12 year. Now, each one of our glasses has a letter on the bottom. So we're going to pour up our corresponding bottle to the corresponding glass A, B, and C. The best part about this, there's a pour line on here, so you'll make sure they're all even. I spilled a little Knob Creek, but that's okay. In the meantime, we're going to mix these up so we don't know which one is in which particular position. And as we mix these up, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about these bottles. We've got Knob Creek 12 year over here, obviously coming out of Jim Beam. This is a 12-year-old product. This is 100 proof compared to our 90 proof on our Weller 12. Also 12 years coming out of Buffalo Trace. This is a wheater versus our Knob Creek is obviously a rye. I believe this is 77% corn. 13% rye, 77, 87, 90, and then it leaves us with 10% malted barley. Then we have our Widow Jane. This is coming out of MGP, but it's coming out of New York as well. And that particular bottle is coming in at 93 proof. So all very close when it comes to the proofs. And then again, this is 13 years, 12 years, and 12 years. But we've got these mixed up pretty well. We don't know which one's which. Everybody knows before we get started. Time for the traditional sip. Cheers, y'all. Spicy. So I'll be honest, this coming out of MGP, this coming out of a wheated Buffalo Trace, and this coming out of a high rye Jim Beam product, I'm hoping, and again, I've put my foot in my mouth with blinds before, but I'm hoping I can tell these three apart. Let's start off with this glass all the way on the right. Let's take a sip. Let's see what we figure out, and let's see which one of these we like the best. So I can already tell you right off the bat here, I have no idea which one that is. It doesn't really taste like Jim Beam. It doesn't have the real proof behind that real rye spice. It does taste sweeter, but yet it doesn't taste like MGP or Weller. This is going to be a tough one. Let's get into glass number 2 here and see what we think. So after that second glass, I got to be honest with you. I thought I would be able to tell a little bit more which one of these is which. You can't tell about age because we're talking 13 years, 12 years, and 12 years. The proof I thought I'd be able to pick out, maybe 100 proof versus a 90 proof, 93 being right in the middle there. But at the same time, going into these first 2 glasses, I have honestly no idea. And then the one thing I haven't mentioned yet is price. The Knob Creek comes in around $60. The Weller 12 is $50. And then the tough price on the Widow Jane at $100 here in Pennsylvania. Let's get into glass number 3. So I gotta be honest with you, number 3 tastes the funkiest, and not funky in a bad funky, because I can tell you all 3 of these are fantastic whiskeys when it comes to taste, but it has a different flavor profile to it. I think, and again, I think I'm picking up MGP juice in this. I'm not positive on that. It's been a very long time since I've tried this Widow Jane. The Knob Creek's been open for a very long time. I'm really looking for that Jim Beam nuttiness in one of these, and I gotta be honest with you, I'm not finding it. I really do hate when I do this to myself. I honestly picked 3 bottles thinking this is going to be easy. I'm going to be able to pick out which one's which. I'm going to be able to tell which one's my favorite. I thought going into it that the Knob Creek 12 year was going to be my favorite, followed up by the Widow Jane, and then this was going to be my least favorite. But I'm starting to finally realize these blinds take all of that out of consideration. You're not going to be able to pick out your favorite just based off the bottle, and that's the best part about all of this. As of right now, I'm thinking this one's my favorite, but I have no idea between this 2 which one comes in second. It's just so easy to drink, whether this is 90 proof, 100 proof, or 93 proof. There's a very good, well-rounded flavor profile to this. Not a lot of oak, but yet enough there to make its presence known. At the same time, I'm still getting a little bit of that sweetness. The slightest hint of spice on this, which makes me believe it's not the Knob Creek 12 year, because that higher rye is going to give you a little bit more spice, as well as that proof behind it. But maybe, just maybe, it's so good and so well-rounded that it's taking out that ethanol kick even at 100 proof. But we're going to throw this on our podium. If you haven't seen the podium before, check it out. It says winner right here. I can tell you right now, I think this one's going to be our winner. Let's see who's going to come in second place, though. And I just realized you guys might be able to see on the bottom of the glass which one is which as I drink it through the camera. I'm using my phone, so trust me, I can't see any reflections or anything like that. I don't have any way to see myself in the camera, which is one thing that I do hate about using my phone as my camera, but at the same time, it's good for something like this, so I can't see the bottom of the glass while I drink it. So I gotta be honest with you, this glass over here, it's very good, it's very well balanced, but at the same time, it just feels light to me. It feels like it's missing some of the flavor profile, which makes me believe again that it's that Weller 12. It's very sweet forward, but at the same time, it's just not punch you in your face. It tastes like it should have all the flavors that you love, but you're looking for them, you're hunting for them. They're not right up in front of your face, and that's the one thing that I didn't like about Weller 12. I'm gonna put that on my third place spot for right now. Let's take one more sip of this and see if we made the right decision. I think we did. Again, this has a little bit of funkiness on it, but I love it. It's so good. Sweetness, spiciness. The proof is just enough to give you a little bit more of that flavor profile that you're looking for. So I think we made the right decision. This is going to be second, this is going to be third, and this is going to be our winner over here. But this is what you all been waiting for. Let's find out which glass is which. Let's start over here at third place. Cheers. This is B. As we called it, Weller 12 is going to be our last glass over here. Again, the proof behind this is just too low for me when it comes to a 12-year-old bourbon. I want more of those flavors, and I'm just not getting it when it comes to this glass. But now let's find out what came in second place, glass number 2. C. That means that is the Knob Creek 12-year. I gotta be honest with you, Widow Jane coming in first place is not a huge surprise to me. I love this bottle. I love the Widow Jane 10-year as well. Knob Creek is a great bottle. The funny thing about this is I didn't pick up Jim Beam that much in this, and I thought I got a little bit of that nuttiness in here, but I just didn't. I couldn't find it across any of these glasses. And of course, that means that's glass A. Again, Widow Jane, 13-year, coming in $100. I think it is a little bit pricey, but it does give you all of those flavors that you're looking for when it comes to a good bourbon. But listen, if you happen to have these 3 bottles in your collection, try this out, blind this, and let me know what you think. I gotta be honest with you, Weller 12 being in last place here is not a shock to me. Again, it's just missing some of that flavor that I really want. If it was just a little bit stronger, a little bit higher proof, I think this could really do well in a lot of blinds. But listen, make sure you check out greatwhiskeychallenge.com for this kit and more. If you use code BOTW10 at checkout, you're going to get 10% off as well as free shipping on orders over $55. Again, that's BOTW10 at checkout.